Welcome back to part 3 of crickets. Now, if you remember in part 1, we learned a lot of information about crickets. We learned that they are insects. We learned that the baby cricket is called a nymph. And we learned the life cycle of a cricket. We also learned that their skeleton is on the outside, called an exoskeleton, not the inside like you and me. In part 2, we learned a lot of different information about crickets. For example, we learned what they like to eat. They like to eat baby ants. Ooh. They like to eat fruit, and they also like to eat plants, and sometimes they even eat garbage. Now, do you remember where crickets live? They live in houses, just like your house, or they can live in burrows or underneath logs. But what do they like to live? What is a special environment for crickets? Do they like dry places? No, they like damp places. So now let's learn a few more things about crickets. Do crickets sing? Do you sing? At a norebang? Do I sing? Ba la 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 la. I can't sing. Let's listen to the sound a cricket makes, and you tell me if the cricket is singing. Wow, that was very interesting. Now, do you think that is singing? Let's see if we can find the answer in the book. Do crickets sing? No, they do not. Crickets do not sing, but they make a chirping sound by rubbing their front wings together. Rubbing back and forth. They do this with their wings, and it makes that lovely chirping sound. But why do they do this? Do they like the sound like you and I? Are they bored? Do they do this before they go to sleep? Let's find out why the male crickets make that chirping sound. Male crickets chirp to find a mate. This means they want to find a female cricket and have a baby, so they can make more and more crickets. Now, this is a very special kind of cricket called the bell cricket. This cricket has a very unique sound. For homework, I want you to find the sound of a bell cricket. Now, did you know, not yet, each cricket has its own chirp. Maybe each person has their own fingerprint. So each cricket has a unique chirping sound. Some crickets make holes in leaves. That's very interesting. Why do they do that? It gives a different sound when they make their chirp. The holes make their chirps sound louder. Wow. So why? So maybe their sound can go further and they can find a female cricket. Did you know crickets chirp faster as the weather gets warmer? So in summer, do you think crickets chirp fast or slow? Very good, fast. Now in winter, would crickets chirp fast or slow? They would chirp slow because it is not warm. Okay? So we learned a lot about crickets here and their chirps, how they can make them louder by chewing out a part of a leaf. Now here is the example. This cricket. First, remember there are 4 different colors of crickets: black, brown, green, and white. What color is this cricket here? This looks like a green cricket. And what did this cricket do? This cricket chewed this leaf. Why? Was he hungry? Maybe. Crickets eat plants. What's another reason why this cricket made this hole? So, when he chirps, when he rubs his wings together, the sound is very loud so that all the female crickets can hear him. Okay, this is a male tree cricket chirping. So you can try and find the sound of this cricket. Now we have the glossary. We finished the book, but there were a lot of words that were difficult. So here we can learn the definition of the words one more time. Now these words are difficult, so keep practicing so that you can remember them and use them in your writing or your speech in the future. Let's take a look. The first word we have, antenna. That is singular, or plural, antony, antony. Right here on the front of the cricket. Now these are long, thin organ on an insect's head. It is used for feeling and tasting. So an antenna is kind of like the hand and the tongue of an insect or a cricket. That's pretty amazing. The next word we have is burrow. Burrow. This is a hole an animal digs in the ground for shelter. Do you remember the picture? We had the black cricket coming out of the hole in the ground. That was a burrow. Many animals make their homes in the ground, and we call them burrows. The next word, exoskeleton. Exoskeleton. A hard outer covering. So these are the bones or the shells of an insect on the outside. Your skeleton is where? On the inside. So we are very different from crickets in that way. An insect. Let's read the definition for an insect. A small animal with 6 legs and an exoskeleton. Insects have 3 main body parts: a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Those are the 3 main parts. The thorax is the middle part, and the abdomen is the back part. Now, in our cricket, there were many other parts that we discussed: the eyes, the wings, and the legs. Now, to molt. This is a very unique word that you will not use too often. If you're talking about insects, you will. To shed an outer layer. So you saw the cricket. If you look at a video somewhere, you might see the animal kind of crawling out of its shell because it made a new one. Nocturnal. Active during the night. They do things at night. Hunt for food, play, do other things. Now, if you were to sleep during the entire day and get up at night, you would be nocturnal. But most humans are not. We do things during the day. We eat, we talk to friends, we study, we watch TV. A nymph is a young insect, a baby insect. And finally, an organ, a body part that does a special job. You have many organs inside. Your heart, liver, they have a special function. There are a lot of words in this book that are very useful when you study English. Keep practicing, and I will see you again in another book. Have a great day.